Everybody, and welcome back to the last day of the week. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. It is for us anyway. It's Friday. It's so we're recovering Friday in the US. So I guess it's not the last day. It's kind of like the Saturday. Is that what they call these days? Saturdays. Anyway, we've been covering Friday's data for the US, and that is the last day of the week, I guess. At least a working week. So we're getting into that. Let's see who's in the house. We got Lies Beneath. How are you? Very, very good. Hex PLS Felix Hex for the 100%. We love that, and we talk about it every day. So we're going to be giving an update on all that. We got DGen Hexkin in the house there. Good to see you, DGen. And of course, a big shout out to Superman there. Nice. And yes, hashtag Trump 2024. Yeah. After that, just the most unbelievable convictions. 34 counts, I think it was. Just a joke. Absolutely a joke. So anyway, looks like it's going to backfire them on many fronts. So let's see how it goes. All right, we're going to get straight into it. We've got lots to talk about with the markets. So let's get into the stock market. Stock market absolutely did a great day for Friday. Dow in rip-roaring gains. So stock market still doing well. Now, we want that in crypto, of course. We want the markets just to continually keep going up so we can get our full-on bull market. That's kind of the play there. As traders cheer inline inflation. So inflation data came in line with expectations. Let's get into the results. We got the Dow Jones is up 1.5%. That's a big move, up 575 points, 38,686 there on the Dow Jones. Remember, that's got the top 30 industrials in it. S&P 500 up 0.8%, up 42 points, up to 5,000 to 5,277 on the index. The Nasdaq pretty flat. Just down 2 points at 16,735. Remember, recently that reached its all record high over 17,000. So that's Nasdaq, the tech companies, just taking a bit of a cool off there at the moment. US dollar is down a little bit, sitting at 104.57. Remember, it used to be over 1.105, and so that's just a cool off as well. And so a quick look at the commodities. We got West Texas oil at $77.18. Brent oil at $81.37. They're both down, about just under 1%. We've got gold at the moment down 0.8%, $19 to 2,347 on gold. Silver down 3%, almost 98 cents to $30.55. So just a bit of profit taking there. That's kind of where we are at the moment. Let's jump into the actual results. So Treasury yields fell Friday as data showed the core personal consumption expenditures, the PCE. Remember, this is what the Fed prefers. This is their preferred gauge compared to the CPI, Consumer Price Index. This is more broad, this PCE index. It rose 2.8% in April, unchanged from a month earlier, matching investor expectations. So that's pretty good news. Now, even better news would have been if it was lower. That would have been even better. And the inline data restored confidence somewhat that the disinflation trend remains on track following a slew of hawkish remarks recently from the Fed members. So remember, the terminology that they use is hawkish and dovish. The hawkish means stronger, more aggressive. Dovish, weaker, more sanguine, is it? With inflation suddenly elevated, a growing number of Fed officials continue to question whether the committee stopped short of a sufficiently restrictive level to tackle price pressures, or if the current pace of policy is as restrictive as previously thought. This is a little bit of a worry, this kind of trend, because we obviously don't want a rate rise. They're looking for a rate pivot or rate cut. And at this stage, it's kind of looking like November, possibly September, but more like November, we'll see, which is the same time as the US election. Dallas Fed President Lori Logan said on Thursday she is worried about upside risks to inflation and warned the US Central Bank needs to stay flexible and keep all options on the table as it watches the data and determines how to respond. The other thing with obviously highest interest rates is that the household, people with mortgages and loans, they're the ones that pay the price of high interest rates, right, to deal with this inflation. So, yeah, it's the householders there that get hit the most. So that's kind of it where we are there at the moment. On the stock market, we're going to jump over into crypto and check those out. So what do we got here at the moment? We've got the Bitcoin at the moment, 67,640. That's down 1%, and the Bitcoin dominance is 51.43%. I think that's up a little bit from yesterday. We've got Ethereum there is at $3,766. That is up 0.5%, so Ethereum is still looking good. And we've got ADA up as well, AVAX, TRX is up there. What do we got else that's looking interesting? AR is up a little bit there. Out of the meme coins, looks like we've got Pepe is the shining light there, up 6.7%, 4015 on Pepe. The other ones are just down, or Dodge is down slightly, and SHIB is down 1.7%. Got a little bit, yeah, that's kind of where we are. Uniswap is down 7.42%. So there we go. That is the overall on the crypto. Let's have a look at coin market cap. So what do we got here? We got the total market is 2.51 trillion based on coin market cap's data, and it is down 1.05% for the 24-hour period. There we go. So that is it. The fear and greed index sitting at 62. So not too overdone there. What else? I think that's kind of it at the moment. Let's have a look at some hot performers over the last 24 hours. Just looking down here. Pepe is up 7%, like we said, at number 19. Last 24 hours. Let's scroll down here. Looking for some kind of pretty decent ones here. Lido is up 5.8%. What else? Jasmine coin is up 10, almost 11%. Not really too many standouts there at the moment. That's pretty much it at the moment. So that is leading us in. We're going to move this over actually because we're going to talk about that again. Let's go to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin at the moment on the zoom in, currently 67,532. The 50-day at 65,781. So we're just above that still. Looking good. We're looking pretty good on the old Bitcoin. That zooms us into looking at Runes protocol, which is built on top of Bitcoin. We can see that obviously on Runestone here we've had a bit of an easing off after the multi-day rally, a couple-day rally. Runes is just cooling down a little bit. Taking a bit of profit, taking its time. Now we can see at the moment, Dog go to the moon, down 10% at the moment. They had a big rally last night as this cooled off, overnight. So they're sitting at 10.72 sats. They're still holding it very strong. Market cap 723 million. Did make an attempt to hit 1 cent yesterday. Well, did it? Well, let's put it this way. It did get into page 1. It did get into the top 100, the old dog coin. So let's have a look where it is now. It's at 119. The highest it got to was to 100 very briefly. It was there briefly and then came back down. So it did manage to touch page 1 for a moment. Now it's taking a bit of a breather, but it's still up 69% over the last 7 days, down 16% here it says, based on the centralized exchanges, down 16% at the moment. So Dog go to the moon, just taking a bit of easing off and probably make another attempt to get on page 1 and of course hit 1 cent and hit $1 billion. $1 billion would put it at about number 85. So we'll see how we go there. That is on the old Dog runes. Now Dog is obviously lifting up all the rest of the runes as well. So all the rest of the runes had a rally. They're just easing off there. We can see that Epic at number 5 is still up 18% there at 85 sats. Let's look here. The Hex token there at number 10 up 72% as well. Lobo, the wolf pup there, is just dropped down out of the top 10 to number 11. So that is going there with the old meme coins or tokens. Looking at the NFTs on Runes protocol, we can see that Runestone has moved to number 1. How about that on 24-hour volume? 10 Bitcoin in volume there, 0.014. I actually saw it back up at least at 0.015. And of course, Runestone is how people got the dog token. So there we go. Frux is doing very well, up number 2. That's kind of, I think that's a pretty new entry. And Bitcoin Pups, Node Monks, been around for a while. The Raw's at number 5, etc. So those are the top 10 at the moment. Number 10, Bitcoin Frogs. So they're ticking away. So we're going to look for another move. I know it might happen this weekend. We'll see. Or may be at the beginning of next week. We're looking for Dog. And of course, we're waiting for the tier 1 exchanges to list Dog. And probably the chance of getting to 1 billion, pretty powerful. And I think it's to be the first one that gets there without tier 1s. It's got Gate.io, but other tier 1s there would be pretty moonful. So we're going to keep a lookout on that. That leads us into the Gate.io chart. You can see here on Dog, it tried to make the attempt twice, got to 8,500 more or less. So 8,500th of a penny. Did it pretty much twice, and then overnight, as you can see, it's just sold off there and come back and tested 6,666 or 6,600 of a penny. Currently at 6,800 over here. So a nice little entry here on the pullback. So yeah, looking pretty good. Could get down. I mean, possibly it could go to 64. but at the moment, a nice little pullback and maybe a nice little entry there for Dog to pick up some big volumes for that big push to 1 cent. That's pretty much it on that. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum at the moment is $3,056 at the moment, and looking pretty strong, isn't it? The 50-day moving average $3,386, and we're well above that at 3,756. So looking good. Remember the previous Bitcoin halvings, couple of months of volatility, and then we have a big uptrend, a giant uptrend. So we're looking forward to that, and maybe it will start in June, possibly, maybe the second half of June. And of course, July, August, normally pretty good months for Bitcoin, and therefore that rally, starts to rally up. And then maybe, like we say, September, a bit of a down month, October, very green month for Bitcoin. So yeah, might have a bit of that going on there. A couple of months of boom, bit of a profit take in September potentially, and then October, super green maybe, and then we've got the US election in November, so it's going to be interesting to see that. And then maybe we do have a Christmas rally there or New Year rally. So into 25. So it's kind of the play there. All right, let's jump out. And of course, we're going to have the ETFs activated, right? So actually money coming through those ETFs. That's going to be fun to see too. All right, we're going to get into BNB chain, which we're going to talk about BNB Mafia. Before we do that though, get into the chat there and make it lively. And yeah, like to hear from you guys, so get in there. If you haven't joined our Discord, the link to the Discord is in the video description. And of course, it's $5 per month to join up to the Pulsechain and Hex Discord. It's 16 cents a day. You get all the information about Pulsechain and Hex. And of course, you also get access to all the community there. The other thing, of course, we also have the Strategy Club inside there as well. That's multi-chain, and that's a private group. So that's $35 a month. You can join up to that as well. We talk about things like Dog on runestones and other things there. So get in on that. And also, we've also got our own Mafia family of the Syndicate. It is the #1 family, and you can get potentially get access to that if you get accepted into that one. And of course, that has its own private chat as well. It's a co-hosting, so it's also hosted on Telegram as well. That's run by Archie, our moderator, and also the godfather of the Syndicate. So there we go. You get all the top of the family in there. So it's kind of cool. So let's have a look at Mafia at the moment. So Mafia are doing pretty well. Now, Mafia, I'm going to have an interview with Cult DeFi. So Cult DeFi is pretty much the head moderator for Jacob, who's developed Mafia and many other products on Pulsechain and BNB. And so we're going to have that on Monday. So look forward to that. We're going to go through all the gameplay here on Mafia. So you don't want to miss that. That's on Monday. So it's going to be a lot of fun there with Cult DeFi. So pretty cool. So that is the link to BNB Mafia. It's going to be a lot of fun to play this, and you may earn some good coin on the way. Some good crypto coin on the way. If you're good at it, it's going to be pretty cool. If you're not so good, you may want to join a big family and maybe free ride on the coattails, so to speak. So there we go. That is the BNB Mafia there. Now let's see how many players are kicking away there. Well, it looks like we've got 232 players alive at the moment. 8 crime families are in play, and of course the vault there 66.45 BNB. Apparently the game will not start until the BNB hits 500. Just take that into account. That's going to be well over $300,000 US. I've seen people get pretty excited about $100,000 pots. Imagine a $300,000 pot. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to attract a lot of attention, especially when marketing starts, which hasn't started yet. And that's going to be all across a lot of not just, I guess, Pulsechain influences potentially, but across BNB influences. So it's going to be fun to see that. You can see the leaderboard here with the top players at the moment in the game already. Now, the game hasn't started yet. Obviously, we've got different phases. So the first phase was player, enable people to connect their wallet and make their own player. Player's pretty cheap. It's only $2,000 Mafia to do that. It's only a couple of dollars. So maybe $1.50 or something like that to set up your own player. You can play alone or you can join a family and get all the benefits of being in a family. And there are currently 8 families at the moment. You can see the biggest ones here. The Syndicate has got 56 members at the moment. Certainly got a lot of Mafia stakes, so that takes Mafia off the market. And you can see 72.6 million Mafia staked at the moment, and they've still got 14.2 million. Now, that's the family I'm part of. I'm part of the Syndicate in the hierarchy of that as well. So that's where we are. And of course, Archie is the moderator of that. The godfather Don of that Syndicate there. Next is Original Gangsters. Now, a lot of people are joining this. There's kind of a free-for-all family. They're inviting a lot of people. Some families have requirements to pay Mafia into the family. to get accepted. Other ones like Original Gangsters, I don't believe have any requirements for that. But what does that mean? It might mean that they're stronger or weaker. So we'll find out. But I definitely think we're probably going to have a lot of strength in this syndicate there. Now, they've got 39 players at the moment, 42 million Mafia staked. Now, all that Mafia stake gets off the market as well. So it's less Mafia to sell on the market. We've got Cosa Nostra, which I think I mispronounced yesterday. Sorry, I've jumped ahead there. We've got the Munganeros there. They have got 16 players at the moment, 30 million stake Mafia at the moment. Now, the reason why people are staking is to get a lot of the in-game currency, and you can see that in the bank there. That in-game currency is in the bank, and you're going to need that to buy guns and armored jackets or whatever, and of course cars and things like that, businesses. So yeah, the more you've got in the bank, the more firepower you've got to buy a lot of the best equipment, right? That's kind of the idea. Then we have 4 others there. We've got Cosa Nostra there, 17 players, 10.8 million, etc. We've got the Peaky Blinders there, the Cartel as well, and the Mafia Group and the Untouchables. So they've got 4, 2, 3, and 1 members in there. So they're starting off small there, and they've got a couple of million each staked. Now, the Untouchables is actually run by another YouTuber. So it'd be a really nice trend to see more YouTubers coming in here. So Crypto Pride is a YouTuber, and of course he's got his own Telegram there. So it's going to be fun to see. Don't need a YouTuber to back a family. You can just have a really strong person in community that runs it either in Telegram directly or on X social platform, something like that. And so yeah, very excited to see where this goes, and it's still super early, right? Super early. All right, so that is pretty much it. The vault, of course, is what everyone's going to be after, as well as a lot of in-game assets making money. And we can see it's almost $40,000 in the BNB, 39,375. Now, obviously, if BNB doubles, then that's going to double to 80,000, etc. You know how it works. But at the moment, 666 a BNB, and the game's expected to start at around 500. So we were looking out for that. That'd be over 330, I guess. So let's jump over to that. So the game wiki here, you can see that. Now we're going to go through that on Monday in detail with Cult DeFi. So look forward to that. It's going to be on Monday, and of course you can buy Mafia there. Click the Mafia. The contract ends in 41111. It's got a 4.7 buy tax and a 16.6% sell tax, and of course that is to feed the vault. So that all goes into the vault. So pretty cool. So that is Mafia. Let's have a look at the price. This is the price here at the moment. So you're actually getting a pretty nice little entry because it had a big hyper rally, eased off a little bit there and pushed up. Now, obviously, when people make their own Mafia family, which you could do yourself, you could set up your own Mafia family. That costs 500,000 Mafia. So just take that account. So that'd be about what, $700 or something like that at the moment. Actually, I'm not even sure what that's worth at the moment, but that is what it would be, something like that. At the moment, the price is just down at 1,100, almost 1,200th of a penny, and a nice little entry on there for picking up lots more Mafia. So kind of cool. Very early. Everyone's still very early at the moment, and that is the Mafia contract at the moment. So I'll post that in the chat as well if you want to pick up some Mafia. All right, and you can stake your Mafia, and that helps with your bank in game if you've got a family, right? Everybody that stakes helps the family. So if you're in a family, you're staking, that helps the family get more money, and they can use it to buy more equipment for the game and win the game and get the vault and get lots of other businesses that earn them currency as well. You never know. Some people might be making a living in there and living in the Mafia game. It's going to be fun to see. So that is pretty much it on Mafia. We're going to be talking about that again on Monday in full with Cult DeFi. It's going to be a special guest. So look forward to that. That leads us into Pulsechain, of course, day 385. So we're going to get into that. And we've got the price of Pulsechain at quadruple 0474. It is up actually slightly, 0.2% positive. We're at 47% of the mean sacrifice price at the moment. A very good entry to get in on Pulse here at the moment. We've got Pulsex as well, quadruple 0205. Even more spectacular entry. It is actually down just under 1%. And it is at just over 20% of the mean sacrifice price. So really good entry for Pulsex at the moment. The total buy and burn is 879.1 billion Pulsex. So 4.34% has now been bought up and burned out of that total public supply. So pretty good. The incentive token $2.50 down 1%. The ratio is still holding up pretty strong though, just under 53,000 pulse per one incentive. And the incentive existence or supply is 33 0.1 million incentive tokens. And of course, they're created from the Pulsex V1 farms. So ticking away there. Hex at the moment down 1.5%. Hex on Pulsechain is at just under 6,500th of a penny. EHEX is at 1,600th of a penny. So EHEX has actually kind of been a stronger performer there. And the combined price of EHEX and PX is at just under 8,100th of a penny. So that is Hex. So Hex is a real nice deal there to pick up some of that volume as well. All right, so that's day 385. And let's get into the charts quickly. We're going to have a look at the weekly charts, I think, today. We're at, as you can see there, so we're pretty much at this really crucial support level here, which is at 4,600. We're at 4,740, and the RSI is pretty chilled down here, 33. So the RSI is a good indicator generally, particularly on the weekly, that it's a pretty good entry level, isn't it, for picking up a lot of Pulsechain. And you can see that we've been riding in the oversold territory for some time. So looking pretty good there for the old Pulse. Pulsex as well. Let's have a look at that. Obviously, what did we say yesterday? Yeah, 1,700 is probably the next range. If we break that 1,700 to 1,800, we're currently holding at that 2,000, that psychological level, because we already breached the 2,400 mark to 2,300 mark. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. RSI on the weekly down at 36, so even stronger than Pulse. So Pulse does a rebound. Pulsex probably going to have a greater rebound there. So that is Pulsex. Let's jump over to the incentive token ratio. We're going to switch it to Pulse and have a look at the ratio there. So Pulse, the incentive ratio is looking absolutely amazing. Look at that. So holding up super strong. So that's looking very, very good. Imagine with that RSI on Pulse starts to pick up as the market starts to rally. Man, incentive token price is going to go up a lot, right? $2.50 there. It's going to be pretty fun. Hex on Pulsechain obviously broke down some new territories here, and we've still got support at 6,200th of a penny. We're currently at 6,500th of a penny, so a perfect accumulation zone here. And of course, on the daily, the RSI is 35. Let's go to the weekly for Hex on Pulsechain and a quick look at that. So that's down at 38. So definitely not oversold territory on the weekly, but definitely a very good entry here, testing the bottom. And of course, obviously, Pulsechain veers back up again. Then Hex will probably find that bottom and off it goes. That's Hex on Pulsechain. A great opportunity to pick up tons of volume there as well. So all rich art tokens, very good entries at the moment. Now, obviously, we've got the court case coming up in October. So will we get a rally before that? That's kind of the question that people are asking. And the RSI is kind of indicative that it does things do look good, especially if we get a rally into the late half of June, July, August. That could be something that we might see there as well. And remember, October is always typically very bullish. There's very few red months for Bitcoin in October. So yeah, that could be really, really bullish. And of course, that's when the case is going to be on. Now, lots of upside to the BankX wall here on EHEX as well, up to 7/10 of a penny. I think we said it's about 340% somewhere in that ballpark. So that's a pretty good pickup as well. Combined price of EHEX and PX here, broken down new territory here on the chart. As you can see, we've got an all-time low, so we have broken down on the combined price. So really, we will probably need that pivot on Pulsechain to avoid this going down even further there, as according to those prior charts there. But the lower it goes, the more volume you get. That's pretty much it. All right, let's get into the rest of the charts there. We've got the gas prices at the moment, 283,000 beats. This is the lowest we've seen for a while, so it's pretty good. Half a penny for a Pulsex swap. 300th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, 900th of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. So very cheap to do things on Pulsechain today. Ethereum at the moment is 6 Gwei, so it's pretty low on Ethereum. We're still almost 1,700 times cheaper than Ethereum, so that's not bad. Do a swap on Uniswap about $8 up to, but only half a penny for Pulsex, so not bad. Hunt those deals, hunt those bargains. And of course, the validators there, 48,759. The staked amount of Pulse is at 1.56 trillion. And at the moment, with that Pulsechain price being so cheap, picking up 32 million Pulse, way cheaper now. And of course, you can start solo mining. You can get some equipment from validatorstore.com that's run by David Feder, a very highly thought of community member in the Pulsechain Hex community. So you can get one validated there. So kind of cool. Or you can go to DGN and get one of those NFTs. And validate them directly that way. Bridge, the bridge at the moment, 107.6 million. So pretty much the same as yesterday by my accounts, still holding there. Ethereum still holding the place there. It did replace DAI as the top form of capital that's come into Pulsechain, and they're it's only pretty close together, aren't they? So we'll be looking for that as well, and keep tabs of pulse alerts. If you haven't seen pulse alerts on X, they'll give you an indication of what money's coming over the bridge. So keep an eye on that. So pretty stable. So that is day 385. We just started day 386. You can see it's just ticked over there. That's kind of cool. That leads us into the rest of the markets. I think we've got some comments in here, though. We've got Marshall in the house. Marshall. Hey, Marshall, based on the current charts from here on out, do you think OMG or Trump will be better politically coin on Pulsechain? Well, I think the Trump coin for sure is probably going to do pretty well. I think Trump coins on a lot of chains will do very well leading into the election, especially after the the ridiculous court case that the Democrats set up to use lawfare against Trump. Archie's in the house there. Hey, Archie, good to see you. Hi, all. Archie's our godfather, of course, from the syndicate. So big shout out to Archie. Good to see you in the house. Gives lots of alpha in our Discord, so you don't want to miss out on the Discord. The link's in the video description. Let's go to the derivatives of Hex. So we've got derivatives there. We've got we've got something green there. What's green? We've got Hetron on Ethereum is green, so that's up 4.3%. Nice to see that. Let's jump over to the stable coins. Let's see what's going on there. USDC, USD Tether, and PDI are still up a little bit there, and they tend to do that. They're a bit contrarian play, aren't they, to the rest of Pulsechain? They're up 4%. Maybe they're just starting. Maybe this is just starting of something beautiful. They're going to try and, PDI's probably going to try and get to that 1 cent again. Remember, it got to 9200 with penny, so it's going to try and make another go for that, I'm sure. Let's have a quick look at PDI. Funny enough, it's actually being outdone by USDC, USD Tether, which normally it's PDI that leads the way. But you can see it's starting to just find that base, I think, and it's going to have another go at this 1 cent, this orange line, and 1 cent here. So, yeah, keep a look at that. That's the weekly charts, by the way. That's a weekly. So really starting to look potentially like it's going to have a rally to 1 cent there. So that could be a nice little mad gains. What mad gains would that be to the top? So look, that would be a 126% gain to the top there. How about that? So that's probably sitting there as it tries to make another attempt at some stage. Maybe this week, maybe next week. We'll keep a lookout. If it gets a slightly higher lift there on the next weekly candle, man, it could be game on. All right, let's jump out of that, and we're going to go to the influencer coins. You guys, I know you guys love the influence. No, just kidding. We got what's it? The Ben Armstrong Bromance token. This is up 7.2% today. Ben V1 is up 4.3%. So it looks like Ben Armstrong making a bit of a green candle today on both of his tokens. Now the Ben V1 is copied over, right? That's from the Pulsechain fork of Ethereum. Back on the 10th of May 2023. And we got more token there from Trayvon, up 3.5%. Access Alive up 1.6%. SolidX up a little bit there too. And Steve Hitson there up as well with his TEVE token. But Maddie Allen is down at $2.87. I know there's a little bit of drama about that, and LP or something got pulled, things like that. But hey, look, this is what it is. Let's go to 4-hourly chart because there's not enough data. Yeah, got pulled up here. Apparently, someone said that the LP got pulled. I hadn't checked it, so I don't know. But it makes sense, kind of, maybe. And it's going to come all the way down here to $2.87. So that is the Maddie coin. What else do we got? Paul Pleb, Hexy Bastard down 1.5%, and Note token from Randy Olusky sitting at 0.4 of a penny and down 1.6% there at the moment. All right, I think that's it on the influencer coins. Let's jump over to the Pulsechain overall and see how we're going. Let's see. We've got the total volume very low at the moment, 13.5 million as we lead into the weekend, of course. Yeah, I mean, 10 million is kind of the low floor there. We're towards that 13.5. Transactions at the moment, 348,000. So transactions are doing very well, but the volumes here not so hot. Let's have a look at the top performers at the moment. TUSD or True USD is up 374%. We've got Cookies there up 17% as well. We've got Molerat there. Didn't that launch the other day? Molerat up 13%. PDGC, one of the DAO tokens, the Grace currency, up 9%. Good to see that. We've already talked about Ben Armstrong's Bromance one. Let's go past that. UFO related to PDC as well. That's up 6%. Hex Orange Address from the Tang Gang, up 4% at the moment. And what are we seeing over the last couple of months, actually probably 2 months or something like that? We've seen a lot of viral communities like the Hex Orange gang, which is like A-Bit and others. We've seen a lot of the influencers try to add value to the chain, launching their own tokens. Of course, we just covered that. So that's some of the big things that we've seen happen there. And yeah, it's been pretty interesting there. Pizza is up 3%. So we've got a couple of small increases with some of these other ones here. Once again, not financial advice, do your own due diligence. We're not endorsing any of these in particular, but just talking about what's hot at the moment. So that is Pulsechain. There are two. That leads us into Hex daily stats. Before we get into that, though, let's see if we've got any other comments. No other comments. Just the last one was Kendall's there. What's that there? Marshawn, Dev, Trump will be a better play, but don't forget to stack Hex Impulse at these prices. Absolutely, Kendall. Absolutely. All right, let's jump back here. Yeah, it really is a buying opportunity on Pulsechain right now to accumulate a lot of these rich art tokens and other top utility tokens and things like that. It really is a real gem. All right, don't forget to pick up your meme tokens, though, your popular meme tokens. That's why we're following Dog Token on Bitcoin, because it's a pretty unique situation, having the first meme season on Bitcoin. And we know what meme coins do. What's that? We got day 1640. Have we got the day out? 1642. Oh, we haven't even got the data out yet. A bit too early. Yeah, we haven't got them out at all on either chain. Okay, we might have to wait a little bit from that. All right, I think that's it. How are we up to? 33 minutes. Man, I absolutely zoomed through today. I was going to have a shorter live stream today anyway. But like I say, on Monday, I will be doing a full Mafia breakdown of the game based on the Mafia wiki. And so we're going to cover that with Cult DeFi. Like I say, he's pretty much Jacob, the developer's number one right-hand man for public address, as it say, or the publicity guy. And so we're going to be talking to him about that and walking through that. So if you want to learn a lot about Mafia before it launches, it'll probably be a little while before it launches, I guess. But phase 3 is going to be launching, which I didn't talk about. Phase 3 is coming up. So phase 3 is going to be the OGs. We'll probably talk about that when we get to the wiki, because that's on the wiki page. And phase 3 is going to be, we've heard, it's going to be within the next 7 days, and that's going to be the launch of the OG NFTs. Now, if you did participate in the sacrifice for TYCZ, which is now Mafia, they had about $1.25 million raised for that sacrifice, and included bonuses. And of course, one of the things you got by sacrificing was OG NFTs. So we're going to find out how that plays out. That's going to be fun. So yeah, we'll find out within the next 7 days. Phase 3. These are what we call these pre-launch phases. Yeah, pre-launch phase 3, and that is coming to a town near you. And we'll probably talk about that a little bit. It's going to have cool stuff here. I'm just looking at the phases we've had so far. So far we've had token mint and airdrop. Yeah, that went well. We had profile creation. In other words, you can set up your player profile. We've had family creation. Yep, and we've had family staking. Yep, we've had all those. Those are the number 1 to 4. Yeah, next phase is OG crates. So if you got those NFTs, you're going to be pretty excited about that phase. Coming up after that is going to be some pretty cool stages. Communications, pre-ranking, and stage 8 is marketing. So I know a lot of you guys look for that. You want to pick up Mafia before that starts, because that's going to get a lot of audience is going to get attracted to it. Then you have vault requirements, number 9, and then number 10 is going to be official launch. So we're up to stage 5 of 10. Can you believe it? 5 of 10 is going to be happening within the next 7 days of the launch. So pretty cool. Now you can find more details, of course, if you join our syndicate, and you'll be able to see all that sort of stuff. Surely Fortress in the house there. Hey, how you doing? Hello, Superman and everybody. Thanks for what you do. You're the same, even with low prices. Many thanks. Hey, thanks, Shirley. Appreciate that. Hey, absolutely, man. I mean, it's an opportunity when you get all these pullbacks. That's normally the time you got to buy low and then sell high, right? So the prices are low right now on the charts, then it's a time to buy. That's all we can say. Once again, do your own due diligence, not financial advice, but that is generally the case. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you've seen anything else that's particularly exciting. I can't see the Hex daily stats out. I think we're way too early for that. They're not coming out yet at this stage. All right, I hope you guys liked it. You guys like that Mafia video? I'm hoping to get some more by the creator of that. We had the creator of that Mafia video the other day. I just forgot his name, unfortunately. So hopefully he'll remind me in due course. And we're going to get more of those Mafia videos out. Now, Mafia is going to be fun because we're going to have fun with it, and it could be a good income earner too. So look forward to that. These games, particularly, they pick up they sort of pick up quite a lot, and more players come in, and so it's going to be fun. It's good to be early on these as well. That's what we say. All right, let's just see whether we've got any data coming out here for the Hex daily stats. And we got the data? No, we haven't. It's just too early there. Let's jump out of there and let's bring this up. Yeah. All right, so let me just pull this back again. And if you guys want to join up to the syndicate, which is being co-hosted in the Hex Token Discord, you can join up to the Discord, and then that's $5 a month. And of course, then you can apply to get into the syndicate. So you go for gold there. It does cost 100,000 Mafia to join, and it costs you 2,000 Mafia to play. But for join the syndicate, it is 100,000. Now there are other families that they have no entry fee, but what we do with that is we're going to put it into the bank, and so we're going to make the bank and the family stronger. And that's the idea of that. So that means we all benefit in the future from that move. Kind of cool. And you can see 56 members, so a lot of people understand that. And we've got a lot of the family's number one at the moment. We aim on being number one, and we're going to be pretty aggressive as well. So we're not playing little kittens or something. We're going to be playing like real syndicate there. So it's going to be rough. Other teams are going to really be surprised. That's going to be fun. Surely Fortress says, I asked a YouTuber who was shilling Solanas about Pulsechain. Well, everyone said the creator of Pulse is such a douchebag. Sorry, my English is no good. Well, Richard has always been the rebel of crypto. So that's that just goes hand in hand. But hey, look, Hex is in its 5th year now. It just ticks away, and Pulsechain is just started its 2nd year, so it's early days on all that. All right, gonna be fun. All right, so that is pretty much it at the moment. The families taken away, and if you want to get a player, just connect your wallet up, get 2,000 Mafia, and you can play solo. You could end up being a hitman or something like that, or play yourself to try and win. Be flexible that way, or you can join the family and enjoy the benefits of getting a paid income from the bank, from the family, all sorts of things like that. And of course, move up the ranks as well. So that's kind of cool. And like I say, we're going to go through the game wiki on Monday, so stay tuned for that. That's why I'm not showing it, because we're going to go through it then. All right, looks like we've got the Hex data stats, so let's get into that. Well, we've got Pulsechain out anyway. We've got Pulsechain. So this is for day, what did I say? 385. Yeah, I think that's what I said. 31st. We've got the price down, obviously, a little bit there. 6,500th a penny on Pulsechain. This is the main number we look at. Hex payout per T-share is at 6.963 Hex per T-share. So that's pretty good. The share rate's up a little bit too, up 21. Let's have a look at the T-shares. T-shares up 4,500. So we're sitting at 9,420,000 T-shares in the ownership pool on the Pulsechain. And the rewards that the owners get, well, almost 600,000 penalties, pretty good. Yesterday was very good, 7.4 million. And 65.6 million Hex in the reward pool there. Liquid holders up 14 and miners up of 2. So we're at 123,848 miners on the old Pulsechain. So it's pretty good. Now, the ETH side hasn't come out yet, which is funny how sometimes it reverses and ETH comes out all the time. But there we go. We're waiting for day 1642, where that's not out yet. They'll probably come out a little bit later. So that is it on the Mafia. What else we got to say? Anyone else got some comments? We got Tin Tops in the house there. What's up, Mexican? So it's actually a bit hard on my voice lately, especially yesterday. Yesterday I just about ran out of my voice, remember? Surely says, if they don't like Richard, how are the price going to go up? Well, other people like Richard, so that's how the price goes up. So other people like Pulsechain, the price goes up, and there's tons of influencers. We've got I don't know, 100 plus influencers, let's say, in Pulsechain Hex, all doing different things. So yeah, I mean, you got KDP out there on the X platform on YouTube. You got Somi out there on X, and they're big influencers with the X and the YouTube. They got the biggest of them all, would be I just forgot his name. How did I forget? Crypto Coffee, that's it. I don't know why I forgot his name for a moment there. Crypto Coffee out there doing good stuff. So yeah, they're rising. And we've got Dipcatcher and Gold Key. I mean, they're all really big influencers on X as well. many others. Was it Havida out there on X? So we've got lots of influencers on X, got lots of influence on YouTube. And so, yeah, we'll keep ticking away there, Surely Fortress. And we've got the Magic Cup ride as well. So look out for that. That's the big thing, the Magic Cup ride. All right, so we're 41 minutes on the hour. We're going to probably wrap it up there. I will be in Discord today, so if you want to join up to Discord and have a chat with us there, we will be there and talking about a lot of projects in depth. So get in there on that, folks. And there's either the general membership, which is $5 a month for Pulsechain X, or the Strategy Club, which is $35 a month. Get in there on that. We do multi-chain opportunities there, and we've been doing some pretty good calls for the most part on there. So good place to be to discuss the next big opportunity. All right, let's play out. We're going to play out the Mafia Mafia video on the way out. Take care, everybody. Subscribe, like, and share. If you're on Superman Crypto, big shout out. If you're on Pulsechain X, big shout out. If you're here on Hex Token, a big shout out. We're streaming to over 10,500 subscribers, and appreciate all of you. And I hope to catch you again on Monday for our big show on BNB Mafia, the gameplay on the wiki with Cult DeFi. So it's going to be our special guest. It's going to be really, really fun. All right, should we play out? All right, let's go. All right, peace out. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next week.